Imagine you have a friend that called you and said he was in such terrible pain that he couldn't get out of bed. Would your reaction be to tell him he's being weak and to fight through it? Probably not. Likely you would take him to get looked at. Now imagine that you were the one in crippling pain. Would you respond by ignoring it, repressing it, or even concerning yourself with other people's problems instead? Sometimes when we experience pain, whether physical or emotional, we just choose to tough it out. It might seem to work temporarily, but repressing pain actually endangers our health. When we deny that we have a problem and we don't address it, often we wait until it's too late. Sometimes we imagine our minds and bodies as totally different entities when in reality, they are deeply connected. Mental stresses not addressed can actually manifest as a physical disease, which is why it's so important for the medical world to explore this fascinating connection. Here are the 3 most significant lessons I've learned from this book. 1. When you're stressed, every system in your body goes on alert in response to a perceived threat. 2. Your body attacks itself when you're overwhelmed. 3. Negative thinking can help you beat stress. Let's get right into it and learn how our bodies work under pressure. Lesson 1. Stress happens when your body perceives a threat, and it affects every system in your body. We all have the same basic processing system, but what makes a stressor for someone is very individual. For instance, losing a job can be an extremely stressful situation for a person living paycheck to paycheck, but for a person with a large amount of savings, maybe it's not so much. However, at the end of the day, most types of stress are the result of a perceived threat to our survival in some way or another. The impacts of stress are felt across many parts of the body, some of which you might not even be aware of. The main places it affects are your hormones, immune system, and digestive system. Cortisol acts on almost every single system in your body. All of this is to make sure you react better to the threat at hand. These have the essential ability to destroy malignant cells such as cancer. Additionally, wounds on a chronically stressed person took an average of 9 days longer to heal than the control group. Lesson 2. When you get overwhelmed, your body begins to attack. Our immune system needs to be kept at a specific balance, and it's easy for things to go wrong if things are off. Stress can cause your immune system to start harming the tissues it is supposed to defend. Autoimmune diseases happen when the immune system mistakenly attacks the body and damages connective tissue, joints, and organs. They tend to repress their own needs and put others first. The stress of this emotional repression results in problems with the immune system, which starts to struggle to know which cells to attack and which to leave alone. In a study, scientists look at healthy relatives of women who had rheumatoid arthritis. 14 out of 46 tested positive for RA antibodies. This group scored much higher than RA antibody-negative participants on psychological scales, showing the level of anger inhibition and concern about the acceptability of social behaviors. This suggested that emotional repression resulted in immune reactivity in these women. Lesson 3. You can beat stress with negative thinking. After learning how harmful stress is, you may be wondering what you can do about it. May teaches we can overcome stress through negative thinking. When he was a palliative caregiver, the author came across many people who didn't understand why it was they who got cancer. One person wondered why this could happen when he'd always been so positive and not given into pessimistic thoughts. The truth is, being positive all the time actually isn't very good for you. Positive emotions increase well-being, but being constantly positive actually can turn into a harmful coping mechanism. So instead, it's okay to indulge in negative thinking sometimes. We don't have to be constantly pessimistic, but it's healthy to embrace all of reality, including the bad. Many of us react to illness by denying it or minimizing it. But science shows being tough isn't what we need.